Ishabon and Gur in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode wherein we are going to discuss about Tariq Lamptey. Of course, um, Tariq Lamptey is there, and of course, we are going to talk about the transfer news is really escalating. So we are going to talk about Tariq Lamptey. We're going to talk about a special somebody, Martin Odegaard, and of course, is Emil Smith Rowe available? What is the highlight of the transfer injuries? Injuries. We're going to talk about it, we're going to know about it, and we are definitely going to be a part of it. So stay tuned for that. And of course, the daily dose of Arsenal news. If you seek somewhere in the internet that you get all the news at one single place, best place to be. Yep. And to do that, all you got to do is hit that red button, subscribe, and the bell icon so that you could be a part of these kind of content every single day. You get notifications of all we whenever we actually put a video on YouTube. So first news that we got here is the top five clubs with most goals in the English football history. Number one, I don't know if you can guess it or not, but number one is Everton, who have scored 7,109 goals. Second on the list is Liverpool with 7,000 goals. Third is Arsenal with 6,955 goals. Fourth, Aston Villa 6,687 goals. Fifth, Manchester United with 6,629 goals. So we are third in the list of the whole of English Premier League, the English football history. Unreal, isn't it? Well, moving on. So finally, it has been opened why and how exactly Folarin Balogun can join Arsenal. So there are some positive talks between Arsenal and Balogun, and it looks like, according to Le Grove, it looks like Folarin Balogun's camp want around 40k pounds per week for him to stay at Arsenal, which is 10k more than Bukayo Saka. He would seek a considerable increase to his contract in terms of pay scale. So it looks like he would want to earn a lot. And that would be the reason why he's actually stalling. 40k per week will seal the deal for Folarin Balogun. Do you think 40k per week is the right deal and Arsenal should actually go and get Folarin Balogun? They should actually give him the contract. What do you think? If you ask me, 40k per week for a talent like him, I think if you can make him sign a 5-year deal. Make him sign a 5-year deal for 40k a week makes a lot of sense, because I'm seeing him in a couple of years. I definitely see him in contention to play for Arsenal. I don't know. I just do. So 5-year deal makes a lot of sense. So if he actually develops within the first 3 years, if he's actually getting more chances, if he's gobbling all of those chances, fair play. I think definitely he deserves a contract extension. But for now, 40k per week, 5-year deal makes a lot of sense. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys feel is a good deal for Folarin Balogun? Moving on, so Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang came to Twitch. Yes, he was live on Twitch admiring his Arsenal teammate Nico Pepe, his new inform card on FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. So yes, Aubameyang is an unreal. He's unreal. I love him. I love Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang just for that. He just is a different kind of a soul, I would say. So yes, that's what it is. So let's move on to the other news. Of course, there's the only Tariq Lamptey. This video has to have the majority of the content about Tariq Lamptey. If you don't know, if you've been living in Mars, and if you don't know who Tariq Lamptey is, well, he plays for Brighton and Hove Albion, is a right back and is a very exciting prospect. He used to play for Chelsea, but Brighton made sure that they actually sealed the deal from Chelsea. Now here we go. Fabrizio Romano on his podcast, Here We Go, said this. He said about Tariq Lamptey from Brighton, he said, for sure next summer can happen something big for him. Arsenal are looking him as possible option at right back. Keep an eye on Arsenal because they are among the clubs interested in Lamptey. It's coming from Fabrizio Romano, and I'm not joking. You can check it out on his official Twitter. You can actually go for his YouTube channel, podcast Here We Go, and you can actually find where exactly he actually speaks about Tariq Lamptey. So talking about Fabrizio Romano, also about Arsenal's interest in Lamptey, he says, there is still nothing advanced. There is still nothing signed. Nothing serious yet, but they're looking at him. He is on the list. He is considered an interesting player, so Arsenal will decide the future in the coming months. So Tariq Lamptey to Arsenal, super strong possibility. And talking about Arsenal, how Arsenal are going to approach the summer transfer window. You might have the question about it. How exactly Arsenal are going to move in April, May, June? What exactly is going to happen? So here's what Fabrizio Romano said about Arsenal's transfer business. He says, Arsenal will plan in April or May and not in March for next summer. But they're looking at players, interesting players, good opportunities, and Lamptey for sure is on the list. Not only for Arsenal, other clubs are interested. So Tariq Lamptey is definitely a signing that every club is actually looking at the moment. Signed a new deal at Brighton, but that does not prevent him from staying in at the Amex. Is there a strong possibility of him leaving? I believe so, yes. Arsenal, according to Fabrizio, interested. Yes, he is being considered, as was Buendia in January. But how strong is the link? We'll come to know if that's going to be happening or not. So moving on. So Championship clubs are looking for Arsenal defender. Yes, young centre-back Daniel Ballard is said to be a target for a host of Championship clubs next season after impressing whilst on loan at League One side Blackpool this season. This is according to a report by Arsenal Youth. So the 21-year-old Daniel Ballard, who scored in Seasiders' 1-1 draw with Crewe Alexandra on Tuesday evening, has shown some encouraging signs for the League One outfit this season, suggesting the next step in his progression would be to play at Championship level. It is claimed that the Gunners have been monitoring his progress this season and believe it would benefit him to play in the second tier during the 2021 and 2022 campaign. So Danny Ballard might end up in Championship. Is there a strong possibility of him breaking into the first team of Arsenal? I don't know. It totally depends upon Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar. Moving on. So Martin Odegaard. The big news is coming from Def Central. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, according to Def Central, Martin Odegaard wants to speak face-to-face with Zinedine Zidane to know what his role will be at the club next season before making his decision to return or try to leave again on loan to Arsenal. Real has put a non-transferable label on the Norwegian. So Norwegian is actually non-transferable and it's not negotiable for Real Madrid right now because, of course, his transfer is not going to be a buy option for Arsenal right now. So is there a strong possibility that Odegaard joins other club? Yes. On a loan? Probably. But definitely not. He would want to go back to Real Madrid after his loan spell and clear it out with Zinedine Zidane. I'm pretty much sure Zinedine Zidane is not leaving in the modern era from Real Madrid. Moving on. So let's talk about the injuries. Let's talk about the news that we have for you guys. So talking about it. So here's the team news, the injury updates about Emil Smith-Rowe, Elneny and Alex Lacazette. Now Arsenal return to Premier League action against Burnley on Saturday. Arsenal will go into the game on the back of wins over Benfica. Leicester City and Mikel Arteta's side aim to finish as high as possible in the Premier League table. Now, a top 4 challenge is quite unlikely still, but Europa League football next season is certainly not out of question if Arsenal can actually bring up their A game at Turf Moor on Saturday. So talking about the injury list, Rob Holding accidentally caught on the back of the head by Man City's João Cancelo. He's back, and I'm pretty much sure Holding has indeed suffered from a concussion, so it looks like he might be getting into the team, but he got some minutes in the last game if you remember. So yes, Holding returned to the squad for the Leicester clash and was an unused substitute. He returned for the Benfica game, I guess. I'm sorry for that. But Emil Smith-Rowe, speaking ahead of his trip to Burnley in the Premier League this Saturday, Arteta was more positive about his injury. He said Emil has a scan yesterday. It doesn't look a significant injury, but he was in discomfort. So it looks like it is the hip that is definitely giving him a niggle. So Elneny and Lacazette are available despite being substituted against you know who. Moving on, so talking about some other stuff, let's talk about the undroppables. Well, the squad roles ahead of the summer transfer window has already been applied to, so it looks like Mikel Arteta and Edu have got some big decisions to make ahead of the summer transfer window. Arsenal boss may well need to strengthen at left back, centre back, right back, central midfield, central attacking midfield, centre forward, literally every single place. So Arteta said we are planning what is going to happen in the summer. It will depend where we finish and how we finish in some cases. I think what we had to do in December is unprecedented for a club of this stature. So let's talk about the undroppable tier. The players that are undroppable. It's Leno, Tierney, Saka, Partey, Emil Smith-Rowe, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and likely starter tier Gabriel Magalhaes, Rob Holding, Martin Odegaard, Granit Xhaka, Nico Pepe. Rotation tier looks like Matt Ryan, Cedric, Pablo Mari, William Saliba, Dinos Mavropanos, Dani Ceballos, Gabriel Martinelli, Willian, and for loan, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah. For sale, Renarson, Chambers, Louise, Genduzi Torreira, Elneny, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Alex Lacazette, and Seo Kolasinac alongside Joe Willock. So I think that's what is this report is actually from footballlondon.com, football.london. So yes, by Kaya Kenak. So cheers, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, if you found any benefit from all the news that is coming in on this channel, consider subscribing and hit that bell icon. Cheers.